the NNPC CL, that's the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Group Chief Executive Officer Osamede Akins was at the villa earlier today, and he gave his views on this recent development. Let's take a listen.
What I know is that the market forces will regulate the market. Prices will go down sometimes it will go up, but there will be stability of supply, and I'm also assuring Nigerians that this is the best way to go forward so that we can adjust prices when market goes. I don't have the details this moment, but I know that our marketing wing acts just like every other company in this business.
So when you say market forces are working, basically what it is that you can see the price of crude going up. A couple of week or so ago, the price of crude was hovering around $70 per barrel. Now it's hovering about $80 per barrel. So of course, the crude price also drives the product price. You know, because the importers are importing, they are basing it on the cost of importation plus the freight, plus other cost elements in terms of local distribution.
All right, that's just fresh from Abuja there after the meeting with the Vice President. My colleague, Helen Osamede Akins, is on the streets of Abuja to feel the pulse of Nigerians over this new development, how it comes to them. Helen, if you can hear me, what are you hearing? What are people saying about this new development? Connect with my colleague there, Helen Osamede Akins. She's live in the streets of Abuja trying to get to filling stations to see for herself what the figures are, what is it really looking like. But we'll still try to connect her. And while we'll try to wait for her, we'll look at market figures now and see what is playing out from the exchange. And Mr. Rotimi Fakaijo should be joining me also to discuss this. But before we get Mr. Rotimi Fakaijo, let's do some foreign news and we'll come back to speak to my colleague once she's ready. Asian stocks fell today as this week soft Chinese economic data and an absence of stimulus weighed on sentiment, while investors were waiting to see if the U.S. retail sales figure shed light on Federal Reserve's policy outlook. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan fell 0.56 today after the cancellation of trading yesterday due to a typhoon. Hong Kong stocks were catching up with the fall in Chinese markets, triggered by data showing the post-pandemic bounce in China's economy was over. The benchmark Hang Seng Index dropped 1.93%, while technology stock sector fell 2.09%. China shares were down 0.23%. Japan's Nikkei, however, eked out gains of 0.09%. E-money futures for S&P 500 traded almost flat, edging down 0.03%. All right, Helen can hear me now, and I think we should have her join us to bring us up to speed with what is playing out in Abuja. Helen, if you can hear me, I was asking you, what are you hearing from motorists? We just had a hike after the removal of subsidy, and now we are having the price being jacked up again.
Yes, Tolu, I am actually in the streets trying to get reactions and confirm the information flying around on social media. This morning, as at past 10 a.m., we heard that some filling stations have hiked their price again, and then we decided to take to the streets to see how true this is. I visited some filling stations, one at Asokoro. It happens that they are still selling at their old rate, which is 540 naira. I also came down to Area 11, and there are two filling stations here in Area 11, where one has actually increased their price to 620 naira. The other, which is just a stone's throw to the former one, which had increased their price, is still selling at 545 naira. And if you can see me, just behind me, you can see there's a queue, and this is because this same filling station is still selling at its old price, which is 545 naira, at against the one that is just a stone's throw, which is selling 620 naira. And so I can tell you that motorists are not happy, they are not smiling. It was even difficult for me to approach some of the motorists that spoke to me on how they feel about the hike. For some, it's surprising, and then they are trying to just complain about a lot of things, that a lot of things have increased in the market. This is as a result of the hike in price. They are still trying to absorb the former price, which is 550 naira, and then now you're bringing in another price. And the painful part of it for most of them is the fact that they were not informed. They just woke up to this. Yes, some of them had already planned, okay, I'll fill my tank this morning, and then they went to the filling station, and this is what they get. And some of them right now, the queues for the places that are still selling at their old price, the queue is still very reduced, even despite what you see here. And this is because some people are still in the office. It's obvious that at the time they close from work, you see a lot of queue. I'm sure this street might be blocked because a lot of people will want to buy before these other few filling stations decide to increase their price. Although when I tried to find out from the sellers, they said they just got the information to increase. They don't know. They got information from their supervisors to increase the price. But we are yet to hear from the oil marketers or those in authority, no statement on why the increment, or if it's true they have actually ordered filling stations to increase their prices.
Indeed, detail a breakdown of the effects there by my colleague Helen. Well, Helen, you're also a lady and a woman, so you know that truly prices have increased across the board. So indeed, we are paying more for PMS. But do you see any Nigerian that is thinking of the reality that at the end of the day, if government saves money from subsidy, those money should be used for some good things that will impact us positively? Some are thinking along that line. I've spoken to some. Did you get anybody?
Yes, so they are. They are actually thinking along the line. But I think where they are really not happy is about the surprise they just get. Waking up from sleep, all they just get to hear is that it has increased. Some of them are really reasoning along the line of government and seeing reason with government on the need to increase the price. But they feel there should be a formal information. You don't just wake up to them and just give it to them like that. Yes, some people are really agreeing with government on the need to increase these prices.
Thank you so much, Helen. We'll follow up with you and get more updates as we go on in other subsequent bulletins. Thank you so much, Helen Osamede Akins there.